Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. With international participation, the 5th Oman Desert Marathon is concluded. The Ministry of Manpower issues 3 ministerial decisions on developing vocational education. The Sultanate's embassies continue their celebrations on the occasion of the glorious 47th National Day. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The 5th Oman Desert Marathon was concluded yesterday under the auspices of His Highness Syed Asad bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and personal representative of His Majesty the Sultan. Our reporter Salah bin Khalfan Al Rabi was present at the event.
Events would help the Sultanate to diversify.
More than 131 athletes from 27 different countries took part in an outstanding adventure in the charming terrain of the Omani Desert. After completing around 165 kilometers across the untouched sand dunes of the Omani Desert, the participants in the 5th Oman Desert Marathon were honored in a closing ceremony at Al-Bashaya track in the Wilaya of Adam. In addition to honoring the participants and the winners of the race, the ceremony included intervals of musical and traditional dances. Moreover, a speech was presented by one of the contestants on behalf of all participants in the marathon.
It was an amazing experience, like nothing I've appreciated before. Where I live at the minute, it's winter, we have ice, we have some snow. This was amazing. We got to see a lot of beautiful scenery, there was a lot of sand, there was sun, there were amazing stars, and I made so many great friends. It was a brilliant time.
The marathon was launched on the 18th of November, coinciding with the Sultanate's celebrations of the 47th National Day. The race was divided into 6 stages, extending to 25 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 27 kilometers, 28 kilometers, 42 kilometers and 23 kilometers respectively, giving the participants the opportunity to enjoy a variety of landscapes in the Sultanate's desert during the course of the race, from sand dunes to the Arabian Sea.
I'm really very happy that I won this marathon, and even I participated this marathon, and I was invited here, and I'm very happy, and I'm sure that I will come back next year. It's an amazing country, and the desert is really the most beautiful desert that I ever seen. Very high dunes and amazing.
The marathon is one of the most important events in the world, not only for sports, but also for its spectacular tourist attractions. The course of this marathon was designed to embrace the desert experience, since the Omani Desert is one of the most beautiful locations for such an event.
There's too many words I can use. It was unbelievable. I'll never forget. It was emotional, intense, made some good friends, you know, some friends for life maybe, yeah. But yeah, it was beautiful. The desert is beautiful and the run was very good.
Overall, it was a very, very challenging experience, and it's pretty much exactly what I wanted to get out of this event. I chose this event because I knew it was going to be hard, I knew it was going to be physically demanding, I knew it was going to be tough on my mental state as well, and it pretty much exceeded all those expectations. Luckily, the weather wasn't too hot, but there was a lot of sand. There's sand dunes bigger than I've ever seen in my life, like bigger than like certain mountains and hills in the UK.
What distinguished this marathon was that the runners had to rely on themselves completely. They carried all equipment for the race except for water, which was distributed at points between each distance of 10 kilometers. The participants of the 5th Oman Desert Marathon gained a spectacular experience while crossing the breathtaking desert of Oman. From Al-Bashaya track in the Wilaya of Adam, Salah bin Khalfan Al Rahbi, Al-Dakhliya, Governorate.
The Ministry of Manpower issued 3 ministerial decisions on developing the vocational education and training system. The first decision changes the name of the Occupational Training Centres and Fishermen Qualification Institute in Salalah to Occupational Colleges and amends the name of the Fishermen Qualification Institute in Kabura to Occupational College for Marine Sciences. The second and third decisions amend the organisational regulations for technical and occupational colleges, especially with regard to raising the participation percentage of the private sector in the membership of the councils of trustees of these colleges. These decisions came with the context of efforts being exerted by the Ministry to develop occupational education and training systems in an endeavour to make these training establishments consistent with accreditation requirements of the Omani Academic Accreditation Authority. The media production that accompanied the Sultanate's celebrations of the glorious 47th National Day has sent enlightenment messages to everywhere inside and outside the homeland. This was stressed by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television. His Excellency added in a statement to Oman News Agency that these messages reflected the voice of Oman, its beautiful image, its deep-rooted historical and social dimensions, and great achievements of the Blessed Renaissance being led by His Majesty the Sultan. He also pointed out that the authority's mission is to convey the national and social values to the new generations and provide a high-quality media content. His Excellency added that this task is carried out well by experienced media men and well-qualified youth cadre who play a great role in radio and television work. The Sultanate's embassies continued celebrating the 47th glorious National Day in different countries. In Pakistan, the Sultanate's embassy celebrated the occasion of the 47th National Day as His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Omar Al Mahoon, the Sultanate's ambassador to Pakistan, held a reception on this glorious occasion, which was attended by representatives from different ministries, members of the diplomatic corps accredited to Pakistan, businessmen, university professors, journalists, and a large crowd of members of the Omani community. The attendees hailed with pride and gratitude the Sultanate's Blessed Renaissance and its positive attitude stemming from the Sultanate's approach in evaluating matters with wisdom and rationality. In Sri Lanka, a ceremony was held at the Sultanate's embassy on the occasion of the 47th National Day. His Excellency Sheikh Juma bin Hamdan al-Shehi, the Sultanate's ambassador to Sri Lanka, received senior officials, diplomats and other personalities who congratulated the Sultanate of Oman, its leadership and its people on the occasion, wishing Oman further progress and prosperity under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. The ceremony highlighted the Sultanate's good relations with Kenny, as well as the achievements realised in Oman in all aspects and that of the Blessed Renaissance. The Sultanate's embassy in Bangladesh celebrated the 47th National Day. His Excellency Plenipotentiary Awad bin Ahmed Al Ray, charge d'affaires of the Sultanate's embassy in Bangladesh, held a reception on this glorious occasion, which was attended by representatives from different ministries, members of the diplomatic corps accredited to Bangladesh, businessmen, university professors, journalists, and a large crowd of members of the Omani community. The attendees hailed with pride and gratitude on the Sultanate's Blessed Renaissance and its positive attitude stemming from the Sultanate's approach in evaluating matters with wisdom and rationality. Rejoicing in the 47th glorious National Day, the Sultanate's embassy in Vietnam hosted a reception ceremony where His Excellency Sheikh Sultan bin Saif Al Maruki, the Sultanate's ambassador to Vietnam, received guests to celebrate this glorious day. It was attended by a number of ministers, civil officials, media men and other personalities in Vietnam. The ceremony included various activities to stress deep-rooted relations between the two countries.
حتى القوى بتلبس التيجان حتى القوى بتلبس
In South Africa, a ceremony was held at the Sultanate's embassy on the occasion of the 47th National Day. His Excellency Mubarak bin Salam Al Saghwani, the Sultanate's ambassador to South Africa, received senior officials, diplomats and other personalities who congratulated the Sultanate of Oman, its leadership and its people on the occasion, wishing Oman further progress and prosperity under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. The ceremony came to stress on the deep-rooted relations between both countries as the attendees exchanged greetings on this delightful occasion and expressed their wishes of further progress and prosperity to the Omani people.
Times since 1970, whereas the GDP has increased significantly to
The Sultanate's embassy in Ethiopia held a reception ceremony on the occasion of the 47th National Day. His Excellency Plenipotentiary Jassim bin Eid al-Sadi, the chargé d'affaires of the Sultanate's embassy in Ethiopia, received a number of senior Arab, international and diplomatic personalities that attended the ceremony.
إدارة شؤون الشرق الأوسط في وزارة خارجية جمهورية أثيوبيا الفيدرالية الديمقراطية. تحل علينا ذكرى عزيزة على
In Senegal, a ceremony was held at the Sultanate's embassy on the occasion of the 47th National Day. His Excellency Abdullah bin Mohammed Al Amri, the Sultanate's ambassador to Senegal, received senior officials, diplomats and other personalities who congratulated the Sultanate of Oman, its leadership and its people on the occasion, wishing Oman further progress and prosperity under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. The ceremony highlighted the Sultanate's good relations with Senegal, as well as the achievements realised in Oman in all aspects and that of the Blessed Renaissance. Still to come in our news bulletin. The Malaysian town of Bentong held its first international Durian Cultural Tourism Festival. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Sultanate achieved second place Arab-wise in the Quality of Life Index in the world for 2017. This came in a report issued by Internation's Global Network, which has its headquarters located in Munich, Germany. The Sultanate ranked 26 globally according to the survey on the views of people living abroad from all around the world. It came in the 45th place globally in the Entertainment Choices Sub-Index, 37th place globally in the Travel and Movement Index, 30th place globally in the Health Index, and the 9th place globally in the Security and Safety Index. To instill in students values and principles was one of the aims of the Holy Quran competition being organised by the Ministry of Education. The Directorate General of Education in the Governorate of South Batna is continuing its assessment of participants in the contest in its third phase amid wide participation by students from various schools in the wilayas of the Governorate. The competition qualifies excellent examples of students in the field of Holy Quran memorization, increasing their linguistic capabilities and skills. Rejoicing in the 47th Glorious National Day, a traditional celebration was organised in the Wilayah of Sahar in the Governorate of North Batana. It witnessed a wide participation from members of the community and a number of horse and camel owners, in addition to traditional arts bands. The event was also accompanied by traditional dances performed by the youth, horse and camel shows. Now for some international news. Iraqi forces continued their push today to clear Daesh group militants from desert fortresses in the northwestern governorate of Nineveh. The Popular Mobilization Forces, comprised mainly of paramilitary troops, fired artillery at Daesh positions near the village of As-Saka, southwest of Mosul. Army and police forces are also taking part in the operation, which has entered its third day. Iraqi forces recaptured Rawa, the last militant-held town in the country, yesterday, but the group still has a presence in the desert. Egypt mourned today as the death toll from a gun and bomb assault at a mosque rose to 305, including children, in the deadliest attack the country has witnessed. The state prosecution said up to 30 militants in camouflage flying the Daesh group's black banner surrounded the mosque in North Sinai and proceeded to massacre worshippers during weekly Friday prayers. Funerals for the victims were held overnight. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi declared 3 days of mourning and vowed to respond with brute force to the attack. Hours later, Egyptian Air Force jets pursued the terrorists and discovered several vehicles used in the terrorist attack, killing those inside near the vicinity of the attack. A Palestinian official today welcomed a US decision not to close the Palestine Liberation Organization office in Washington, D.C. Palestinian legislator Mustafa Barghouti said the decision was the correct one, adding that Washington couldn't act as a mediator in peace talks and would be biased to Israeli positions. Last week, US officials said the PLO mission could not stay open because the Palestinians had violated a provision in US law requiring the office to close if Palestinians tried to get the International Criminal Court to prosecute Israelis. The move triggered a major rift in US-Palestinian relations that threatened to scuttle US President Donald Trump's ambitions to broker Middle East peace. The Malaysian town of Bentong held its first international durian cultural tourism festival today. Bentong, located 1 hour outside Kuala Lumpur, is famous for its production of durian, a tropical fruit with a pungent smell and sweet taste. Tourists from around Malaysia and overseas flock to the small town to eat the savoury fruit, locally known as the Musang King. Durian is a thorny tropical fruit found only in Southeast Asia and has sparked mixed reactions among consumers. While some appreciate its taste, others, however, hate the strong smell. This is why durian has been banned on airplanes, and many hotels in Malaysia do not allow the fruit on their premises. Malaysia's most expensive durian could fetch a hefty price of up to $24 per kilogram in the market. Apart from the actual fruit, there are other food products made using the durian flavour, such as crepe, ice cream and drinks.
Sana luar lagi banyak. Sana lagi banyak. Sini kita makannya.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of clouds over the northern parts and the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea. Winds will be easterly to southeasterly, light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 metres. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. With international participation, the 5th Oman Desert Marathon is concluded. The Ministry of Manpower issues 3 ministerial decisions on developing vocational education. And the Sultanate's embassies continue their celebrations on the occasion of the glorious 47th National Day. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.